Hare Krishna everyone, welcome to Soul Bliss. It is possible to put religion into practice, to use it as a science that you can prove by experimenting on yourself. The search for truth is the most marvelous search in the world. Instead of being merely a matter of attending a Sunday service or performing one's puja, religion must have a practical side. Learn how to build your life around spiritual idols. Without practical application, religion is of little value. A man who used to own a ranch near here was quite materialistic. I urged him to come to Encinitas from time to time, and he did so. After the first few visits, he said, with tears in his eyes, I never realized there was a place whose very atmosphere could speak so much of God's presence. You see, religion must be practical. It must create some change in you, in your consciousness, and in your behavior. All those who have been coming here regularly have changed their lifestyle for the better. They have been spiritually influenced by this environment. So, religion must be experimented with to prove it and make it practical. Many churches do great social good, but they do not show you how you can actually prove God to yourself and how you can be in tune with Him. The first experiment with religion must begin with silence. Most people never take time to be silent or to sit quietly in meditation. Hours and hours I remain in inner silence. When I am with people, I enjoy them immensely. I am with them fully and wholeheartedly, but when I am away from people, I am entirely alone in that supreme joy of life, the bliss of God. No matter where I am, that joy of God is always with me. Why don't you experiment with silence so that you can live in the same way? Most of you can't sit still for even 10 minutes without your thoughts running away in all directions. You have not learned to be at peace in your home within because you are always restlessly chasing about in your mind. My master Sri Yukteswar used to say, locking the door of the storehouse of happiness, man runs everywhere else begging for that happiness. How foolish when he has the whole store of joy lying within himself. From my childhood, I sought God, and communion with Him has given me happiness that no fulfilled material desire could ever give. You have nothing if you have not God. You have everything if you have God, for He is the master of the universe. If you haven't felt any results from religion, experiment in meditation. Shake God out of His silence. You must insist, Lord, speak to me. If you make a supreme effort in the silence of the night and in the early morning, after a little while you will see a glimmer of God's light or feel a ripple of His joy coming over your consciousness. Experimenting to know God in meditation, in silence, brings the most real, most remarkable results. Scientists once thought that water was a single element, but experiments later proved that two invisible elements, hydrogen and oxygen, come together in a certain combination to make up water. Similarly, through religious experiments, wonderful spiritual truths are realized. When you sit quietly in meditation and your mind is withdrawn within, you will have proof of God and of your own true nature. Experimentation with religious laws is marvelous because the result doesn't take place outside yourself, it is right within you. The end result of truth is always good. Only the application of religious methods can bring lasting happiness. One of the most important spiritual principles to apply is truthfulness. The meaning of truth is not clearly understood by most people. Truth is exact correspondence with reality, hence, its end result is always good. Those who develop the habit of telling little lies all the time will find it hard ever to be wholly truthful in any statement. Such chronic liars never think of the importance of speaking truth. They don't even realize they are lying. Their own imagination becomes truth to them, and they can no longer see the real truth in any situation. Many who do not understand the importance of speaking truth rationalize their deception by saying, well, if I always tell the truth, I am sure to be gypped because the rest of the world doesn't work that way. A little lie now and then enables me to get along beautifully. How sad to be always truthful. We must understand the difference between fact and truth. If you see a crippled man and reasoning that his lameness is an obvious fact, you greet him. How do you do, Mr. Lame Man? You will offend him. Your truthfully pointing out his defect only hurt, it did no good. Therefore, one should not speak unpleasant facts unnecessarily, even though they be true. There are no harmless lies. However, if for good reason you don't want to speak the truth, at least don't tell a lie. Suppose you are meditating in a corner believing you are hidden from sight. Your desire is that nobody know what you are doing, but someone discovers you and calls out, "Hello, what are you doing?" And to hide the fact that you were meditating, you reply, "I was eating a banana." To tell such a lie is unnecessary. You could have replied, "I'm busy now and I don't want to be disturbed." This truthful statement is much better than even a little lie to shield from others' curiosity the fact of what you were doing. It is this type of lie that most people get into. Avoid it because it encourages a habit pattern of being untruthful, even when there is no need to evade the truth. It is also wrong to speak the truth when, by doing so, one betrays another person unnecessarily and to no good purpose. Suppose a man drinks but tries to hide it from the rest of the world. You know about his weakness, and so, in the name of truthfulness, you announce to your friend, "You know that so and so drinks, don't you?" Such a remark is uncalled for. One should not be busy about other people's business. Be protective about others' personal fault so long as they harm no one else. Speak privately to an offender about his failings if you have an opportunity or responsibility to help him, but never, under pretext of helping someone, speak deliberately to hurt him. You will only help him to become your enemy. You may also extinguish any desire that he might have had to become better. Truth is always wholesome. Fact can sometimes be harmful. However, true it may be, a fact that goes against good is only a fact, it is not truth. Never reveal unpleasant facts that cause meaningless suffering to someone else, such as speaking out unnecessarily against another's character. This is often done to well-known persons by sensation-seeking newspapers or magazines. The motive is to hurt the individual's reputation or to reap personal gain at his expense. Do not bring upon yourself the bad karma that results from revealing harmful facts against others when no true or noble purpose is served there. When you must avoid revealing some unpleasant fact, be sure you also avoid implying what you are trying to hide. After all, God is forgiving and we, His children, should be forgiving. Why should you be the medium of someone else's harm? Your hurtful action will rebound and harm you too. We have to live through the results of every experience we put others through. There are men who live in peace and there are men who live in worry and unhappiness. The latter have not had the wisdom to experiment and discover how it is possible to live in peace. Otherwise, they would have learned not to tell untruths and not to talk against others in a mean and harmful way. The importance to you of others' happiness. Learn also to be unselfish. To find happiness in making others happy is the true goal of one who loves God. Giving happiness to others is tremendously important to our own happiness and a most satisfying experience. Some people think only of their own family, us four and no more. Others think only of self. How am I going to be happy? But these are the very persons who do not become happy. It is not right to seek personal happiness regardless of others' well-being. If you unscrupulously take away others' dollars For yourself, you may become rich, but you will never be happy because their thoughts of resentment against you will react upon you. The divine law is that whenever you try to make yourself happy at the cost of others' welfare, everyone will want to make you unhappy. But if you try to make others happy even at the cost of your own contentment, everyone will think of your welfare. Whenever you think of your own necessities, remember the needs of others too. As soon as you feel concerned for their well being, you will want to make them happy. The unselfish person gets along beautifully with his family and with the rest of the world. The selfish person always gets into trouble and loses his peace of mind. Please like the video, subscribe the channel and don't forget to hit the bell icon. Hare Krishna.